Hello students, welcome back. We'll be working today on solving logarithm equations, and to do this you're going to need to be able to convert between these two statements. So the first one will be where you have the log equation, so where you have the log base of an argument equals the exponent, like we have here in number 1. And then you're going to convert that to your base to the exponent power equals the argument. So you'll be converting it to this statement and then solving it. So we'll start with this number 1. The 4 is the base. The 3 is the exponent, and it equals the argument x minus 2. So again, your 4, which I've written in red, is the base. Your 3, I've written in blue, that's the exponent. And then the x minus 2, the argument, is what we set that equal to. And then whatever the equation turns out to be at that point, you solve it. So 4 to the third power is 64. And then that equals x minus 2. And then to solve for x, we will add 2 to both sides of the equal sign to give us 66 for our answer for x. So again, you're going to convert to a exponential equation when you have a log equation. All right, now, if the log base is not showing, then the base is understood to be a 10. So I'm going to write that out for you. If the log base is not showing, then the base is understood to be 10. And so on this next problem, you have log with no base showing of 2x equals 2. So that means that the base of this logarithm is 10. And so as we write our exponential equation, we'll have 10, and then your exponent, which is this part right here, squared, will equal the argument, which is the 2x. So 10 squared would be 10 times 10, or 100. So this is 100 equals 2x. We can divide both sides by 2, and x will equal 50. So again, you're converting from a logarithm to a equation that has exponents in it. All right, now, sometimes in doing this process, your exponent is going to turn out to be a fraction. And we've not worked very much with this. So it says if your exponent is a fraction, so if the exponent is a fraction, then you take the root of the base. So in the case of 25 to the 1/2 power, we would take the root of 25. Now, the bottom number tells you that it would be a square root of 25 to the first power. So the 1/2 is seen right there. So as we work on this problem, you have your 9 as the base. So you'll have 9, and then your exponent is this 1/2. So 9 to the 1/2 power is going to equal the argument 6x minus 2. So we have this 1/2 power like we did over here. We're going to rewrite this as the square root of 9, and it's to the first power. And then go ahead and finish our equation, 6x minus 2. Well, the square root of 9 is 3. And so 3 equaling 6x minus 2. We can add 2 to both sides of the equal sign. And I'm going to move up here. So 3 plus 2, that'll give us 5, equals, the 2's cancel. We'll have 5 equals 6x. Can divide both sides by 6, and you get x equals the fraction 5/6. So 5/6 is your solution. Okay, then this example number 4, as we solve it, you have a 2 as the base. The 3 is the exponent. So 2 to the third power equals the argument, x squared minus 2x. So let's go ahead and simplify. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, equals x squared minus 2x. Now, if an equation has an x squared term, you may need to solve by either factoring or the quadratic formula. So I'm going to need to get the equation equal to 0. And that'll give me 0 equals x squared minus 2x minus 8. So my A is 1, B is -2, C is -8. And you could do factoring, but I think many of you like to do the quadratic formula. So that's how I'll solve this, keeping in mind you could do it by factoring. Your formula, x equals -b, plus or minus. Inside your square root, you have b squared minus 4ac, and the denominator is 2a. So that would be x equals negative of -2 plus or minus the square root. Inside the square root, you'll have -2 squared minus 4 times 1 times -8. And then your denominator, 2 times 1. And so we'll continue to simplify, giving us 2 plus or minus. Now, you can do this on Desmos. If you type in your what's inside the square root here, this would become 36 over 2. And the square root of 36 is 6. So 2 plus or minus 6. Then we will separate this. 2 plus 6 divided by 2, or x could equal 2 minus 6 divided by 2. So this would give us 8 over 2, which turns out to be 4. This part gives us -4 over 2, which turns out to be -2. Now, something you have to be aware of, your argument cannot equal a negative number. So you do have to check, especially if you do get a negative. Here, if I do -2 squared, I get +4. And then -2 times -2, I get another +4. So that makes 4 plus 4, 8, and that's okay. It's good. It's fine to have a positive argument. And then right here I have 4 squared. That's 16 minus 8. That's also positive. So either answer is acceptable, but sometimes you do have to throw out the negative numbers. So this one would actually have 2 answers. All right, and then we'll move along, and we have one more problem, and this is where it's a little bit different. In this case, there are logarithms on both sides of the equation. When that's the case, you're going to cancel the logarithms and then set the arguments equal and then solve. So if you have log base and your argument equals log base and a different argument, you're just going to cancel those and set the arguments equal. Like we have here, this is log base 10. Remember, when the base is not showing, it's known to be a 10. And you'll just, because you have log on each side, you're going to be able to cancel the log and the base and then set the arguments equal to each other. So 4x plus 7 would equal 8x minus 1. We could get our x's on the same side of the equal sign, giving us negative 4x plus 7 equals negative 1. Subtract 7 to each side, negative 4x equaling negative 8. Divide by negative 4, and we get x equals 2. And so our solution then would be x equals 2. So your assignment will be homework number 19. It is on Math Excel, and it's important for you to do this assignment. Be sure to ask for help as you need it. Good luck on your homework.